heavy steel beams that... This is not that room, this is a different room.
Yes, that's right.
Today I am taking you back to one more of the experimental forts around Fortress Modlin. And true to true experimental forts, there is no plan. However, there once was a plan, and that plan was apparently not followed. Anyway, so yay. And I did manage to get lost in this one, which was really interesting. There's also a very interesting mist atmosphere inside that did not help, but it looked really cool, so you have to see this. Anyway, Fort Janovo was one of the newest forts built in 1912 to 15, and it survived both world wars without actual war damage. As you can see here, these photos were taken by German soldiers in 1939. The main part of the fort was a trapezoid, surrounded by a dry moat, defended by an anti-scarp caponnier, and there should also be a lower floor serving as a shelter, warehouse, partly as barracks. At the end of both ends were firing positions for close defense. There should have been several steel observation domes that was planned for, but they did not make it in time for World War I to come a-knocking, along with Ludendorff's armies in 1915. There were infantry firing positions on the top, and an inner ceiling were reinforced by straight and curved steel beams that was very modern for that time. One thing that makes this additionally interesting is that, as they were racing Ludendorff's armies to complete the fort in time, and were running out of time, some of the parts constructed here was pretty much built with whatever alternative materials they could find. So we're going to have a look at this as well. And the layout is somewhat confusing. I have said that now, having gone through there, I've gotten lost there. So you're just going to have to come with me and see what we can see in here.
Not very big, you say?
But I mean the tunnels and so on, it's not so huge like the previous one. Be careful of these holes.
Well, I am starting to see a trend in what the Russians are doing. There's a sewage system access, and then I'm guessing, without looking, that there is a toilet facilities right here on the right. Come on, don't prove me wrong. You damn sneaky Russians, where's my toilet? They're always here. Why else would you have a covered entrance? I am frustrated. Here I thought I figured out what the Russians were doing, and they're hiding the bathrooms from me. Well, let me see if I was wrong. So, here's a groove that was covered by these really thick steel beams that covered this little alcove here. I don't know why they would have a little room like that. This could be an artillery position. It's got a ditch around it. But no bathrooms. Don't know what to say. Just thought I had it all figured all out. Life's questions, had all the answers for a minute, and then nothing, except for another very large, I'm assuming it's a sewer access. I don't think there's a second floor here. There's a very interesting temperature here at the door, as you will now recognize by a mist. So, here they are. You damn Ivans having your bathrooms to me, urinal and everything. And there was a fire in here at some point, which is why the walls are all black. And there's a thin rebar in the roof. So, we have now learned something. And we can happily carry on. And you see here, actually curious how thick these are. These are not thin. It's not bulletproof, but it certainly would maintain shrapnel from a blast. Okay, back in the hallway. That's exactly what that's for. All I can see is mist. What the hell? Ooh. Ooh.
So maybe I was wrong.
I'm sorry, you're a woman. You're never wrong. That's impossible.
No, I cannot move that.
There's a mist in here.
Yes, but it's not nice.
I know, it's just a weird atmosphere. It's very interesting. All right, so
Mysterious.
look at the big rocks. This is like an old castle. Huge stones cemented together with a mortar. Oh, that's unexpected. On one side, their building was steel rebar and cement, and here they're building the equivalent to an old castle wall with huge boulders. That's just, and on top of those, you have cement, stone, and rebar. That is the weirdest mix of construction I have seen in a while. Of course, you have red brick steps just to add every possible construction material to one place. That is actually quite cool. And this is quite safe down here. Even the stones up here are made of big boulders. What the hell is this? Well, somebody's lowered the ceiling just a little bit. Thanks. I know they were shorter back then, but this is just slightly annoying. Look at the atmosphere in here. This is actually really cool. Wish I had any idea what this was and where it was going. Could just be another shelter. Yeah, there's nothing here, dead ends. Full of tires, so we know World War II happened here. Rebar and stone. That is a very interesting mix of materials. So I'm gonna go with this being the official shelter. Could have been a hospital in here. So it'd be a fairly decent place to put wounded. Except of course, there's only one entrance down here. It means one exit. So if that gets damaged, then you really have a problem. Okay, I'm just gonna go down and light you up so you don't, yeah. I wanted to say ventilation, but I have no idea. I'll be completely guessing. What an interesting space. These are really, really different. All of them. To a point where it's almost unrecognizable. All right. Can't wait to see the rest of this. Can't wait to see the next fort. I'm officially almost giddy with excitement. You can actually see anything for the atmospheric in here. So I'm guessing ventilation for maybe a bunker stove, an oven, something. Could have been a heating device. I don't see any electrical here. Unlike the other fort, yeah, actually I don't see any electrical. It's almost as if there's smoke in here. Interesting. One of those little indents seems to be everywhere. So, room, continuation down. Take a look at this first. Okay. Okay. This is really cool. What the hell is this? And then it got wet. All right, hot here.
I don't know how I was visiting this place.
Yeah, you said, oh, this is small.
Yeah.
Again, with the Russian roofs, whatever they did with ceiling, really have a tendency of falling down. Close firing point for a cannon, possibly? I'm sort of a little bit just about turning around and see what I'll see. I see a tunnel. Well, what's left of a tunnel? There's people here. We are going to scare the living crap out of them. They're going to have a surprise. They have kids, they're not drinking. So, covered entrance. Now we'll go back up this way. We're not going down here. I just want to film again, this was an exit, a covered exit again with these heavy steel curved beams. That thing is really cool. Thing here. Should we say something without scaring the living crap out of them? I mean, I would imagine they could hear us if they're paying attention. So this would just be another shelter. That dead ends. And a little window here, maybe. There's a little window here. To a room that's partially flooded? Well, that's interesting. Now remember, all of these will have these steel beams over here.
Też są wyjścia.
There's another flying position. And would you look at that? There's fairly big stones in the walls. It's like they put this thing together with whatever they found, whatever they had. And here's another. Oh, this could be very small cassandra. This is completely different than anything else I've seen. Munitions. I want to make this a firing position, but there's a little ventilation to it. It might be. I have no idea. Okay. All right, so wood. Almost looks like construction wood. Holy shit. I mean, if tradition and standard holds, they were still building this when the Germans took it from them. So, but there's something missing. Because when I went down the other hallway, there was a flooded inner space, and then there was a room behind that. And this is not that room. So, could somebody please give me a map to this place? I'm looking at you, woman behind me, holy superhero guide. I'm looking at you when I say find me a map here.
Even reception.
I don't think the Russians built it with reception in mind. But come here, take a look at this. As far as I know, we were just in the room next to this room. This is not that room, this is a different room.
Yes, that's right.
Ah, and there's a steel shutter over this as well. Because of the large bolts here. So, okay. We are just beginning this, now there's a tunnel. This was the small fort you said?
Yes.
Oh yeah, this is tiny. It's almost as if I don't know I'm here. I'm actually one step away from being lost in here. Wait a minute. No, they came up here. Didn't they?
Yes, yes.
This is exceptionally cool. So, we walked in there through that hole here. And one thing I noticed coming here was this very cool overlay of curved steel beams. Just because it was complicated doesn't mean they didn't do it. Actually laid out like a fan. It's a very interesting detail. So, wait a minute. There's a hallway somewhere to my right. Somewhere to my right. And then there's a secret room that we should be able to get to from the other side, I guess. Unless this curves around to the right, and then what? Where's the weapon coming to the right? Where's the Wait a minute, that's a staircase. There's a tunnel we missed. Long curved infantry fighting position and an entrance. So we all know how this is going to go. Alright, so I figure if we go up on the rampart here and follow that all the way around, we're going to get to, well, something else. This is definitely an infantry fighting position. Stand here and you fight over there. Interspersed with a location for a heavy machine gun. That'll probably have been sitting right here. Probably. Or right here. There must have been an artillery fort too. I mean, certainly here you would have something on a platform anchored in the ground, which at this point is just impossible to see. Just want to see a fixed tripod. You know who I am. With a little shelf here for munition. Very clever. So underneath, I guess this has the same shape. It's as if this was only an infantry fort, open to any kind of overhead shelling. But there must be another entrance over on this side. I demand it. I simply demand it. This was an MG position. And that little tree, there's a little metal something sitting in there. The little tree is stuck into it. Okay. Uh-huh. Go away. Don't make that. Down here, there must be another entrance. So this whole, God, I want to overlay this up here with down there because I have no idea. Downstairs it's so complex in the layout, it's kind of hard to see what was what. But it looks like it's laid out in a V, doesn't it? With a V with a straight front, and this is the other wing of the V. So that means somewhere under here at the end there must be another entrance to a part that we can't get to from the inside. That doesn't make sense. This is like fucking George of the Jungle out here. But I see the cement wall. The damn well better be a hole in there. I do see a hole. See an entrance. Ah, there is another entrance. So, why in God's name are those two parts not connected? And why does this part need reinforcing? This is not a, well, it is an infantry fighting platform, a rampart. And here are the two entrances with the rear fighting windows. Stone coming out there. Alright. Why are these not connected? I would need to know. I need my tiny brain to explain that to me. There's no way this is not connected. It simply has to be. The only thing I can think of is that part that's flooded. Fuck me, this is cool. So, this is the same as on the other side. This must maybe be a foraging port, something where I'm just, if this is same as there's a window to the right up here as well, then the buildings are laid out the same.
Okay?
We're in the same building.
Yes.
How the fuck are we in the same building? How the hell did we walk past an exit? How did that happen? How did that...
Yes, but really, I didn't see that.
That's what I mean, we walked down that hallway. How is that
I
possible?
didn't see that.
How did we... How did we stand here and not see this? Well, all right then. I mean, okay. So there's a foraging port to the other side that we've seen once before. Okay, so this side is symmetrical. Fine. Not gonna complain. It is a stretched V shape of a infantry fort. Don't think this was an artillery fort. This was infantry fighting with barracks underground. That's what I'm going to go with. And until I dig up some other information, that's where it stands. Good night. God bless America.
And there's nothing I enjoy more than getting lost in strange places and old forts trying to find connections which may not even have been built due to elevations that shouldn't be there, but here we are. And like I told you, I really do hope one day to take over one of these forts and turn it into a museum that we can all enjoy. But we will see, and you will see more from here pretty soon, I promise. Behind me is Vanna von Baum's first test stand. Down the road is Dietmar's nuclear reactor. Over there is the Maginot Line and all its amazing forts. I'm visiting them all and I'm bringing them to you. So I really appreciate you like, follow, and share what I'm doing, trying to document all these important historical locations. And if you feel like you want to watch more pictures or documents that I use for these, go to lostbattlefields.com. And if you feel like helping me out with my travels, because gasoline and travel and airfare is expensive, my PayPal is there, protectionserviceint.com. You are more than welcome, but you don't have to. I appreciate all your support and all your help, and I love seeing these locations, and I love bringing them to you.